Expectations for this year are, as always, to get into that top four in the NECs. I think last year gave us a great boost of confidence headed into this preseason, and with the addition of 10 new freshmen and the returning 14 players, I think we are well on our way to achieving that goal based on how the girls have trained, how they came into preseason, and their attitude thus far.
For the expectations this year, I think they're really high, especially because most of the starters are all returning players, and the incoming freshmen look really good. So we just had a good scrimmage versus Millersville. We're ready to get a W on Friday.
I'm really excited. This is probably going to be one of the best seasons we've had.
Yeah, I mean, we don't place much weight on those preseason polls, and of course, you know, at this point, I mean, to be fair, I mean, really haven't done anything to garner being picked in that top four. Certainly, and nobody in our locker room or in our facility thinks that we are 11th in the conference, and I don't think that's being too self-confident. I think it's more a case of we believe in what's going on in our locker room and on the field. And last year, I think we proved that we are one of the better teams in the conference, and we can play with anybody. Just look at it this way: we just brought a lot more energy into the program. A lot of young kids really looking to make their way into college soccer. Very talented group, and complemented by a nice returning group of players. And over the course of the preseason, the way they blended with our senior leadership, with Andrea and Kelly leading the way, has been impressive and very positive. And I'm very optimistic about how it will shake out.
Team chemistry has always been, I think, our strongest suit. I mean, these 24 girls are my best friends, and I wouldn't ask for anyone else to play beside. And I think we all get along in many different ways. There's so many different personalities, and whether it comes to how hard we play against each other on the field, how close we are outside the field, or things such as like academics and helping each other out.
And our team has just had this great chemistry that no matter what is said, it's always positive and keeping our minds on the right track. And so far, in just 1 week, I could tell that it's going to be great.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a complement of players. I mean, we have Jackie returning, Alicia Mirando, Kelly Baker. We have some young kids, and Julia Giacomo. We have a lot of kids that I think can put the ball in the net, but it's a team effort, so our midfielders are going to have to score goals. We have Reagan and Carrie Ann, and certainly some of our backs are perfectly capable of scoring goals too on set pieces and getting upfield. So I mean, there's a host of players I think that will score goals, and certainly we'll rely on everybody at the time. And Melissa Rowan, hopefully coming off of surgery, will have a great sophomore year. Yeah, defensively we really got a lot stronger this year with some of the incoming players. Obviously, with Andrea returning for her fourth year back there, holding down the backs, it's been that gives us some semblance of a solid back line. Kate Murphy's got some experience back there. Christina Caravelli, Cara Deacon gave us minutes back there. Paige Peck also got a lot of minutes last year. And then we've added Brindley Watts, Lauren Gibson, and I think they will also contribute. And Nicole Valet, I think, will also play a big role in what we do in the back this year. And our two freshman goalkeepers are just going to battle day in and day out to see who is going to be our starting keeper, or if we have to split time.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to have Alicia back there this year, but she took on the role as a goalie coach this year. So I think just really giving the experience that she has had and working with the two incoming freshmen, I think it's going to be a challenge, but they have the best coach that they could ask for, and I think it's good. They're both really competitive and working for a spot, so every day is something different.
So, two freshman goalies coming off of no other goalies, it obviously is going to be a big step in getting them into our routines and coming as freshmen, but they've, even in a week, grown so much to learn that it's not about being mean, and it's about giving directions, about helping the team, and they're both like really improving day by day, and I enjoy hearing them behind me like every day get louder and knowing that they're like becoming more comfortable. So I think that they're really showing improvement so quickly, and I'm really excited for the rest of their season. I think that last year we were up for the playoffs in the last weekend, but this year we've talked so much about having not just being those last two games to get us into playoffs, and having already be in those last four spots and hopefully fighting for like the top seed, and having more motivation to do that rather than just to barely make it. And we have a lot more expectations this year for ourselves because we know that we're like grown so much, and we're really, really excited to get into all our games.
I mean, knocking on the door last year to get into playoffs was a good experience, but definitely we expected to make playoffs last year, and we didn't reach that. So this year, it's not only on the to-do list, but we're looking to win an NEC championship and kind of shock the world this year. We have the talent to do it, and we've kind of always had the talent to do it. We never could put it on the board, so this year it's going to be different.
Waldron Family Stadium is probably the best field I've ever played on in any game, just because obviously it's our field. But having night games, these games are like everyone comes out, and it's just like you really feel like you're just part of such a family here, and it literally is Waldron Family Stadium because everyone's just rooting for you, and it's just like an amazing feeling.
Playing at Waldron Family Stadium means everything. I mean, you go to other schools and it just doesn't have the same vibe, and our Mount community makes it even better, whether it's people's families that just live in Emmitsburg that are coming to support us, or the other sports teams that playing at Waldron's like nothing else.
Yeah, I have a great deal of respect for both of those programs. Towson, Greg Painter's done a great job down there. We were lucky 2 years ago to get a win against them. We feel very fortunate to do that, and last year we had a little bit of a letdown against them, and I think talking to some of the players, they're pretty excited about Friday night, and I think it's going to be a great match again with two good teams. They've already played 2 games this year, so they'll be a little bit more experienced, but I think our energy will help combat that. Ryder, we were in a great game with them last year. Sadie scores a goal in the overtime on a free kick to win that game 1-0 up at Ryder, and that got us off to a great start, and I'm sure they'll be looking to take advantage of coming to our field and getting a win at our place, but we're ready for them, and we'll be ready for them.